Okay, can you hear me now? I don't know what's. I unmuted myself on this one over here, but I'm not sure if that's going to cause echoing or not. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay. So I'm making a table runner. Perfect. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Chanel. I really appreciate it. Okay. All right, so we're doing a table runner, and I'm going to show you a real quick picture of what it looks like. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. And you can really use any kind of colors, or this can really be a scrap buster, really. Just because it's 16 by 40 finished size. I'm sure that if you wanted to extend it to make it longer, you could. I wouldn't suggest making it wider because that might change a lot of the other things. So, yeah. I've got all my pieces cut out and labeled. So on the pattern, it actually gives you like which one is like A, B, C, D, all that stuff. So this one is A. If you wanted to, you could fussy cut this one because it's that main focal point. If you have like with the example, like they had the sunflowers, you could do that with this. I just wanted to choose some small flowers, very vintage looking today. And then I have pattern pieces D, E, and F. And then I have B and C over here. And then I didn't cut out any binding because I was thinking I could just maybe just kind of put a couple of these jelly rolls together that I'll be using and using that as the binding to really just kind of like keep the colors kind of going. And I'm going to be doing it with jelly rolls. They say to take 5-inch squares and then cut them down into 2.5-inch pieces, but these are 2.5-inch strips, and I'll show you how to do that with the strips because it's so much easier, I find, to do the piecework with it not being these little tiny pieces. So for G, it's a variety of either a little charm pack or jelly roll, or just throw that out the window and just get some scraps and do a scrap buster. Because I'm sure you have 2.5-inch squares, or you could make 2.5-inch squares just about with anything really. So Luna is actually sleeping right now. She tired herself out. So she is sleeping. I'm going to go ahead and change my thread. I'm going to use this brown color that should show up at least on the camera for you guys to see what I'm doing. And then you guys also see the iron station. I changed most of my settings already, but so this should be a very simple pattern. If you want to purchase the pattern, it's on Connecting Threads website. And the great part is it's a $2 pattern. I like a lot of Connecting Threads things. Like, I'm not sure if it's the same thing as the actual thread company Connecting Threads, but I like that thread. That through, perfect. Roll away. Okay. working utensils, I need it. I don't think I should. It's very simple, really. This pattern is like 4 pages, and 2 of them is just the heading and cutting directions. So it's like literally 2 pages of sewing instructions. It's not hard at all. Okay, so it's telling us to get our square pieces first. So this is A. So get A, and then we're going to need B and C. Okay, so I'm going to take these other ones and then just put them aside for right now. Okay, and so B is the smaller one. We're going to connect those first, and then we're going to connect C. Okay, so a lot of times with quilting patterns, it'll literally go in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D. So this just kind of gives you an idea of like what steps you need to have things in. So, all right, I'm going to grab one of these. I was supposed to do homework and get all at least most of the work done ahead of time. Unfortunately, I didn't do that. I didn't get any homework done. Luna was very excited to see me when I got home yesterday. And actually, I might not even actually clip a lot of it. So Luna was very excited to see me when I got home yesterday because this is the first day I was actually gone most of the day. And so I played with her for a little while, and then when she took a nap, I took a nap. Because I definitely have the whole newborn baby syndrome thing where I'm just not getting sleep. She is waking up in the middle of the night. Okay, so I'm just going to chain pieces together. I think I overcut these pieces, but I wanted to make sure I had enough. So I got my cutting done at home, and I cleaned my studio a little bit so that I can bring in Luna's portable crate. So her crate will stay here until we go out of town or something, and then we need to bring it with us. And then hiding everywhere. And then I can take the portable crate with us whenever we go. Like for Thanksgiving, we're going to Grandma's house. Didn't plan that one very well. I should have done the other one. I did that one. Oops, I lost that one. No, I want to finish it. Okay. Got it. All right, so now we're going to take these to the iron. And that's why I have my ironing station here so you guys can see what I do. All I'm doing at this point is just, I always get confused which one is which. It's just first heat it up this direction and then finger press it that direction. Okay. And then just kind of go like that. Just want to get as flat as possible. There is a lot of pressing or ironing and quilting. There's that. If you have a little bit hanging off, you can trim that off or just go ahead and just leave it as is. It's a table runner, and if this is your first attempt at quilting and or piecing things into head. I give you permission. So in quilting, the seam allowance is a 1/4 inch, pretty much for everything. So get yourself a nice 1/4 inch foot, and you're all set. So I just left my Teflon foot on, which is actually 1/8 of an inch, but on my machine I can tell we're like 1/4 inches, so no big deal. All right, so we press those. It sounds really muffled. Really? I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay, hold on a second. For some reason. Okay. Does that sound better? Thank you, Leslie. I really appreciate that. Hopefully that sounds better. So I don't need these anymore. Yes, thank you. Okay, goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So now we're going to do... Bye, Mimi.
I gotta go pick up the kid and we be at karate.
Okay.
See you.
All righty. Oh. All right, so now we're going to do piece C, which is the longer of the 2 pieces. So just take that and grab one of those. Okay. Line that up, and it should fit perfectly. If you have to trim it, it's okay. Or like I said, you know, if it's your first one, just go for it. I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm going to chain these pieces together so it's better. So I could just kind of whip right through this. If you're not quite accustomed to sewing without pins, you can go ahead and pin. When it comes to quilting, I'm actually very much used to it. It's the only way I do quilting and even sometimes clothing. Oh, hi, Melissa. We're doing a table runner today. Something a little different. Something that you guys can bust out some scraps. Do something for the holidays. Something a little selfish maybe. Or as a gift, because you can definitely make this themed at any which way. Even though this one says harvest, it's more of like a country style one. That I think would be perfect for a gift. All right, so once we've done that, then we're going to go ahead and press those, but I'm just going to leave that one there for a second while I get these other 2 done. So all of this is stuff that I had here at the studio. It's literally scrap busting, and I had half of a jelly roll left, and so that's what I was using for my 2.5 inch pieces instead of doing different layer cake, because it calls for like a 5 inch and then cutting it down. But I'm going to cheat just a little bit. Luna might wake up before the live is over. So you might get to actually hear her.
Yay! That's great, Melissa. You told yourself you were going to attempt to make a quilt. So the last couple days you've been cutting out 5x5 squares. Perfect. Yes, sweetheart. Okay. Press. Press. You don't need this Teflon sheet. I just have it because I just have it. It's not necessarily needed for anything. And I'll take that there. If you have anything hanging over, you can definitely trim it up. I like to do all my trimming at once, so. Steam is your friend. Steam is your friend. Actually, I'm going to take that off right now. Just makes it easier. It's not sliding everywhere. What are you going to get for snack, Dwight? Oh, he's already left. Okay. What'd you get for snack?
Can I get some popcorn?
Sure. You're welcome. All right. And this 2.5-inch ruler is going to be perfect for what we're going to be doing. So I am going to go ahead and just stack these up. Maybe not. They're a little bit, I wouldn't say wonky, but oh, look at that one. I didn't press that one as good. Let me press this one out a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So you have anything hanging off from the sides, you can trim those up. I have plenty of rotary cutters. I just gotta grab one. I got like 5 of them sitting around on my table, my cutting table. So, what I'm just doing is just trimming it up a little bit. Just anything that's hanging off. I'm not trying to be too crazy about precise everything. There we go. Put that there for right now so I don't hurt myself. All right, so we've got those 3 done. So 1, 2, and 3. Now it's telling us to do our blocks. So it's telling you to get 4 of G, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 4 of them together. And G is just this jelly roll, pretty much. So I'm going to get 4 of them together, and then just sew those together, and then sew 3 and 2. Okay, so let's do. So these jelly rolls are 2.5 inches by like 42 inches long. I'm not going to quite need that many, so I am going to just cut it halfway, and then I can use the other half for something else. Shanova helped me pick out the color coordination yesterday. It was like having such a hard time trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the live. I didn't want to make a bag because I'm in the middle of testing my backpack pattern. And so I was like, I really don't feel like doing a bag or a wallet. So here we are, making a table runner. Great suggestion, by the way. Okay. There we go. All right. Hold on. This thing is like... You made the Empress, Melissa? Oh, I'm so excited. Did you share it? Did you share it on Facebook or anything? I would love to see it. Okay, so now you can kind of like audition and see like which ones are going to go where, just to kind of give you a little bit more of a contrast type of thing. So I think like that. Like that. So it's 4 strips. Need 4. I think I'm going to do those 4 first. Okay. Put pretty sides together. Line it up. Put these over here. All right, let's go. Melissa, I can't wait to see it. Hopefully it came together pretty well. I'm a little biased as I love that pattern because it's... Hi, Patty. We are making a table runner today. So right now I'm just putting some jelly roll strips together. I put the pattern in the description box in case anybody wants to purchase it. It is $2 from Connecting Threads. It's a great scrap buster for sure. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do is press it. It doesn't really matter which side because there's really no light and or dark side here. But first I like to do is set it. Okay. And then just kind of open it ever so lightly and finger press it. Okay. And then we're going for a very vintage look today, like country, vintage country. Yes, Patty, if you're hosting Thanksgiving dinner and you want something just to put out on the table or put it on like the buffet area where, you know, people kind of like serve themselves, this would be great. This is a great scrap buster, and I should be done with the entire top before my live is finished at 4 o'clock today. Especially if you kind of do the little cheat that I'm doing right now with the jelly rolls. Okay. All right. So now that we did that, now we can put these 2 together. So I'm going to put these 2 together. Put those. I like lining it up. Stop and readjust it. Hold my finger. If you really want it to be very scrappy, you can do that. Just get some random 2.5-inch squares. You need, I don't know, about 25 or something. You haven't shared it yet, but I can. The pattern was easy to follow. I used heavy woven for the panel, so I had to make it a bit bigger. Yeah, so that it wouldn't fray. But you really enjoyed making it. Yes. So yes, you can definitely make the center panel with a woven. I know Tori had talked about that in one of her videos, and she just made the center a little smaller because she just took off, that 1/4 inch that she sewed around. I think the one for the tester that I did, I made it a 1/4 inch smaller, just because it wasn't a woven. It was a vinyl, but the part that it was a vinyl, but I wanted to put piping on it so that it flipped over. So the piping had fray edges. Okay, so we've done that. So our 3s are done. And now we need to have it so that it's, let me see here. These are 4. And then I need a 3 and a 2. Okay. So I did that. Yeah, but that's like 4 on 4 anyway. So I could just Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut 2.5-inch pieces. And this is where this ruler comes in. Very handy. I'm gonna go right here and I'm going to just clean up my edge. Okay. And so now that I've got that clean edge, I'm going to turn it around this direction so that I can cut it, because I'm right-handed and I need to cut to my right. And because I want to do everything on camera, I'm just kind of squeezing it in here on my table. Yes, love.
I'm gonna head in here because I grabbed my popcorn.
Okay.
We're gonna use this plug.
You can use it.
Thanks, Mommy.
You're welcome. I almost messed that one up. Do that a couple more times. Might be overcutting, but I'd rather have more than not enough. Okay, one more, and then I should be done. That little bit is waste. And then I have these. See that? Doop, 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 doop. Perfect. All right. So let's do that. And so I want to use this one here with this one and just make one more little strip to do the little 2-piece, 3-piece one that can kind of go with it. So hold on, let's see here. Like that one. No, I think I want more of that one. Yeah, so we'll make the 3s out of this and then the 2s out of the other one. Okay. Okay. So I'm altering the pattern. So just note that I'm making changes because I had jelly roll strips, and instead of me cutting a bunch of 2.5-inch squares from a jelly roll, I like to piece them and then cut them. It's just my preference. I may be overcomplicating it, but it's okay. Finger pressing it really fast. Okay. And make sure you have a full bobbin when you're doing this. Okay. Like this one. On this side, yeah. I'm trying to make it so it's a little different from the other one that I just did. And you'll see why here. Just a second. Okay. So finger pressing helps when you go to the iron. Then you just have to put some heat on it and then some steam. Okay. Put these into our little 2.5-inch pieces. All right. So after that first cut, and I know that this is straight because I did it off one of the marks on the cutting mat, I can then just use the ruler as my cutting guide because it's 2.5 inches. I'm sitting and cutting, and that's half the problem because my chair is like rolling backwards as I'm cutting. That's better. Luna was playing around with her toys right before the live, and then she just tinkered herself out. She got tinkered out. Well, puppies sleep a lot anyway. What I hear. All right, so now we've got these. Okay, so now we've got 2 sets. And if you had like different fabrics, then this would be even more scrappier looking. So I've got these 2 sets. Okay. So let's say you have 2 sets of 8 different fabrics, right? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take this one and this one together and then put them pretty sides touching. Just like that. And I'm just wanting to make sure that my seams are nesting. So all I'm doing is just making sure that one is going one direction and the other is going the other direction. And that's all I'm doing as I go along. It's just making sure that, and I want to sew this way. I want to sew with the bottom that it goes, so there's no resistance. Because I have a lot more control over what happens at the top than I do the bottom. All right, let's do that again. And all I'm doing is just flipping it so that these 2 are not on the same spot. They could be next to each other diagonally, but just not. What does it really matter, does it? Because it's not really, they're not all going the same direction. Okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to be cutting this down anyway, so it's not a big deal. I'm sorry, princess. Did I wake you? She's kind of stretching in her bed right now. Like, what are you doing? Okay. And we only need 4 sets. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, only 4. So I'm just going to do 1 more of these and then add to it. Oh, look at that. I almost boo-booed on that one. I almost boo-booed. You see how this is so much easier than just getting a bunch of 2.5-inch squares and sewing them. Now, you can do that because that's the way the pattern asks you to do it. And if you're being very scrappy, then if that's all you have, then that's all you have. And that's perfectly fine. All right. So this has to be 4 rows deep. Okay. So give it a go like that. Oh, I didn't mean that to happen. Did it happen to all of them? Oh, it sure did. Oh, well. Oh, wheels. Okay. And 4. So once we've done that, okay, now what I want to do is grab this one and stagger it. So put it like this. So this one starts here. Because that way when we cut it, it's diagonal. Okay, so I don't have to have all of these. I could just use, okay, I can take this one off. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay, so for these, I will take off one of these pieces. It's easier to take it off. There we go. Take that one off of all these. And then this one I'll just do it half. And then I can pick and choose whichever one I use where. Sometimes my thread is just too good. And you know, actually, I think the top brown one is a connecting thread, which is really good for quilting. It's very sturdy. I like to use it for garment making and quilting with wovens, not with knits. Okay. So those are there. So I've taken those, make those into 3s. Now I'm going to make these into 2s. You sew it to unsew it. Yeah, I know. It's like a Bargello quilt. I think that's how you say it. Bargello. Where you sew it to unsew it, to cut it, to then sew it, and then unsew it. I made a Bargello quilt one time. Never again. It looks really cool, but it is really time consuming. Okay. So I did that. So I'm going to grab one of these. And I'm going to grab the 3 one. And then the 3 one, I think I'm going to put right, let's see here, on this side. Like so. Maybe not that one. Oh, that's the way I can go. Okay, so. I like that. Yeah, like that. So then that way it's this way. Yeah, okay. Just kind of have to audition it a little bit and see which way is the best way to do it. Okay. Hey!
Hello.
Hi! Yes, ma'am?
I may be at the wrong place, but I was looking for a place that sells sewing machine cabinets.
No, I'm sorry. We're a teaching studio.
Yeah, you have it advertised the wrong way, obviously, because whenever I put in sewing cabinets. Thank you for letting us come over.
You're welcome. Okay. Oh, it's going the wrong way. I didn't need to go all the way down, but I did. Okay. So that one's there. That one's there. Okay, so that's 2. Nope. Yes, like that. Okay. Okay. And last one. No, this side. Aha. There we go. I have to like stop and look. Because most of the time when you're doing quilting, you're wanting to make sure you don't have 2 of the exact same prints next to each other. It could be diagonal from each other. You just don't want them like being back to back, kind of like this. You don't want that. That's why I'm not really using that end. All right, so now I've done that. Okay, now we can do our twos. So what I can do for the two is I can go like this. And, or, no, not like that. I think I'm not going to use that one. I think I'm going to use this one for my two and go like this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Turn this over. So up here, I'm going to attach this one to this one, and then you're going to see when we cut this across, and it's going to look like it's on point. Okay. Just like that. This one. Got one more to do, and then that block will be done. All done. With those, now we're going to press it. So I'm going to take it to the iron and press it. Okay. And they get nice and flat. Just that one. Okay, and then that one. And last one. Okay. There we go. Okay, dokie. And then we're going to cut. So it's, we got one more over here on this spot that we need. So yeah, one more over here. Just a little one over here. Okay. Because it needs to have 4. Okay. So over here, we get to put one more right here. So this is one, and we can use these that we took off of the other pieces. Ha! Perfect. I did too many on this row. I should have done a 4, 3, 2. It's 4, 3, 2, 1, but then you know me. So it's like I didn't need this one or something like that. I'll check and see. I think I got a little excited. Yeah, this one's going to get completely cut off. But but it's okay. No harm, no foul. You guys are awfully quiet today. I guess the holidays will do that. Everybody's prepping. Do any of you guys go Black Friday shopping? I don't go Black Friday shopping, personally. I mostly do my shopping either locally at the stores here that I can go to here in Garner, or I order online. You're going back shopping, Black Friday shopping, Shaneva. I know. You're excited. You're going to show Hope the ropes. Okay. So now we're going to do this, and this is where this line here really helps, because I can like just line up that point in this point right here, and then just cut. I'm doing this one and this one. There we go. I was like, that's not. All right, so I'm not sure this 12-inch ruler will not work, so I need a larger ruler. Let me see if my 14 will work. Oh yeah, my 14 will work perfectly. Okay, I'm gonna stand up for this one because I really need to be able to see. All right, so what you're doing now is you're going to be cutting from point to point. One. Did I not need that? I'm gonna hurt somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't need that one. See? Hey, Grandma. Yeepers. All right, so I'm cutting from this to this as well as I can. I'm gonna throw away the rest of it because I didn't really need anything else. So there's that one, and we need 4 of these total. I'm just guessing here, but if I would have done a 4x4 and then just cut them in half, that would have worked too. I think that's what I was originally thinking, and then I just went somewhere else. I think so. I think I wanted to do a 4x4, and then I just abandoned that and did something crazy. Okay. No problem. My brother and my sister-in-law used to go Black Friday shopping, and I went with them one time, and I'm just like, this is just too early for me. All right, so you got those 4 of those. Okay. So if you wanted to make this even simpler, you can just measure what this size would be, a 4x4, and then cut it in half. And then as long as you have this measurement of the piece, then there you go. You don't need to do it patchwork, but it does look really cool. Okay, so now it's telling us to grab these and grab our 3 focal main pieces. So we're going to go grab one of these. If you have it directional, you're wanting it so that this is the top and this is the bottom. Okay, and we're going to add one of these pretty sides touching like so, and then it's going to make, hold on a second, it's this side, so that when it flips, I'm going to go like this, so when it flips up, it makes, I'm confused, hold on. Ah, okay, like this. You want this angle here, and then this straight angle here. Okay. So this is the top, and you attach this piece to the top. I was a little confused there for a second. I was looking at the diagram and going, what? Okay. Okay. So there's that one. Okay. And you want to make sure you keep this in this direction. So I'm going to make sure that my right side is on my right. I'm just going to put that clip there and put this aside. Okay, so this next one gets two of these. Okay, and then we want so the same way the top piece goes like this, so that this is straight and this is angled when it's that way. Okay. I must have cut that one a little tiny short. That's okay. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, just like that. So again, straight edge on the right, and then this one's going to have a bottom piece added to it. And then this time, this bottom piece has to have the straight go this way. So like so. Okay, so it's like the points are going in different directions. Okay, and I'm going to put a clip on this side so I know that that's, what just happened there? Okay, there. If you know what your right hand side needs to be, then it's usually a lot easier. Okay. Yes, you can have popcorn. Okay, so that's like that. This is the second one. Then we do our third one. And our third one is like the one we just did at the bottom. So this is the top, this is the bottom. It's going to go like so. And then when it goes down, this is straight. put a clip on this side again, so I know that this is my right side. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna press that, and then we're going to put all the pieces together. Okay, so that's that piece. That's that piece. And then it's this piece. All right. Okay, so now take this one to the side. So this is the first piece we did. This is the middle piece, and this is the last piece we just put together. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put these two. What? Are you not moving? These two together, like so. Let's see. That one goes to this one. This one goes to that one. And then this one's going to go to this one, like so. So this is how it's going to go. So all of the rights are to the right, 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 right. That's why I pinned those there. You can put a safety pin. I don't need one of these, but now I want to make one. It's not hard. It's just like when you have someone kind of helping you along the way, it kind of helps. All right, so we're going to put this one with this one, and then this one with this one. So now I'm going to take this, go like this. All right, I'm going to move this one out of the way for just a second. I'm keeping the orientation the way I needed it to be. And you're just trying to make sure that it all like lines up fairly well. That point goes there. Line up that point. Line up that point. Yeah, okay. So here's where you're going to want to make sure that everything kind of lines up a little bit better is this seam with this seam kind of butted up. And then the rest of it is like let the chips lay where they lay kind of thing. There we go. Why do you keep wrapping around? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stop and readjust this piece so it lines up nicely and it's right up against each other. And that goes like that. Now, remember this one here? This was to the right. To the right, to the right. Everything you own. Nope. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I changed the orientation on you. I'm so sorry. That's why I kept this here because I was like, right. All right, so now this one's going to go with this one. And you can take these off now. Okay. Match up this, the sashing to the sashing. Clip it there. Line it all up. And go from there. Sometimes I just let gravity help me along the way. And then voila. Now they all look like they are on point. Oh, I put that one in the wrong spot. That's why it didn't line up. It's supposed to look like this. And I did it bumped over by like a quarter of an inch. It's okay. Let's undo it. Because then that way I can show you guys how to fix it. Now, is that going to be detrimental? No. But I just want to show you guys, if you do that, how to correct it. Because I didn't put it on the right spot. And just be careful when you're trying to like pull your seams like open, because this fabric is actually very fragile. Because believe it or not, this actually is vintage fabric. And the jelly roll is at least 10 years old. I've had that jelly roll for a long time. They've been, you know, dipping into it here and there. Actually, I had like 4 or 5 of them of that same print. I've got one left. I've got one left. Boop, 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 boop. Now the brown fabric is not vintage. That's just normal. Kona. And I can tell it's Kona because it's thicker. So it's a little thicker than everything else, but that's why it also presses so nicely. All right, almost there. I knew it seemed like it was a little off, but. So right here, you see how when I did that, the seams came off a little bit, so I'm just gonna re-sew that just so I don't have any problems later on. Okay, and then that little bit right there. Okay. There we go. And the good thing is because I already knew I sewed on this side, I knew that's what I'm going to sew on again. So, all right. Let's pin this properly. Okay. Now this one should line up a lot better. Yes. It does. It lines up much better. Okay. Let me press this seam because it's trying to curl up on me. Then I may not catch it, and I want to make sure I catch everything. There we go. It's not behaving. Steam it. Press it to press it. Make it behave. Okay. All right. Much better. See, now they're on point. It wasn't the end of the world, but it would have drove me crazy. There's some things I'm just like, it's a quick fix. Right, press it, press it, press it. Press it, press it, press it. So that point right there looks so good. All right, we've got that done. And now for the final touch. So for the final touch, we are going to do our border sashing. Okay. So for the border sashing, we have to put pieces D on first onto these long pieces. So D, I've already marked my pieces with D. So I grab those two and then take the other ones and set them aside. So I'm going to grab the D's, put pretty size touching on these long edges. You should have some hanging over. So what I'm going to do is just kind of like eyeball it. Or if you want to, you can actually make a halfway mark. You know, like we do in bag making. Okay, and there's my halfway mark. Put that right there. Boop. And then that way it's evenly distributed. Bang. All right, so you can get rid of these little dog ears if you want to. They don't really bother me, but if you want to, you could just take them and snip them off. And all you're doing is just cutting it straight, following that angle. Oh, these are horrible. Put those away. Let's grab the other one. There's one pair of scissors that like work really, really nice, and then the other ones don't really work as nice. Now that's better. And just so it's straight and you can keep your seam allowance. These work much better than the other ones. They're the ones that have to get sharpened. I just need to take it over to Hudson's Hardware, which is just down the street from me. I just need to grab it and take it there one day. And I'm just making sure I'm lining everything up, catching off my seam, catching all my fabric. Oh, there they are. I'm like, what did I do with them? I'm always doing something with those. Okay, so now that's the sashing for this side. Okay. Now I'm just finger pressing right now. Get all these little itty bitty pieces out if you need to. Just finger press. Okay, take it over here. This is where I was saying you do need to do a lot of ironing when quilting, when you're doing your piecing. The quilting is actually when we sandwich things together. This is called piecing. So when you do our piecing, you need to iron a lot. You need to press and iron a lot. But I like to keep mine right here next to me because it just makes it easier for me not to have to get up and down, up and down. Oh, hello. There we go. Okay. Cut all of my dog ears. Grab this. fold it in half. Okay. Line that up right there with that center. I don't need it to be absolutely perfect, but it doesn't hurt to be kind of close. Kind of close. There we go. I'm going to be making a lot of t-shirt quilts here shortly because it's that time of the year where people ask for t-shirt quilts. So the templates that Leslie made for me are going to come in handy. There we go. All right, now again, fold it open, finger press. Got these little threads. Just take those off. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So now those two are done. Now it's telling us to get E. E comes next. Remember, this all goes alphabetical. So A, B, C, D, E. So now we're on E. I'm going to grab my two E pieces, which are these. And we're putting one here. And then one on the opposite side will be here. So I don't get confused and put them on the wrong spot. So they're going to go like this. Okay. So right here, I'm going to cut that off first. Off. Let me cut it off. All right. So this should be a 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to put that there like that on that angle right there. And it's going to help me know where I'm cutting. So it's just this angle here. If it's straight here, it's going to keep going that way. And just cut it off because it's just going to make it easier for us to actually do our seams. Just cut those off right now. A little tiny bit right there. And cut off the excess. So just because it's straight here, it's going to continue to have that same angle. All right. Perfect. So now that we've got that, okay, E is going to go on top left hand and bottom right hand. Pretty sides touching. It's going to overlap. I'm going to put that one there. Okay. And then so that I don't get confused, I'm going to clip this side on as well so that I can continue to just sew without going, oh, where does this piece go? Sometimes it helps to do that. Just like that. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and sew this one and then the next one. I'm going to move this for a second. Right over here. Just a second. So this is getting bigger and it's just wanting to just kind of knock things around a little bit. Okay. Like this. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to knock you guys. Sorry. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to push this open. Finger press it. Same thing here. Finger press it. So all the measurements are on the pattern. And like I said, the pattern is literally 2 pages for directions. But if you buy the pattern and you want to follow along with how I'm doing it, you can do that too. Okay. So again, we're going to cut off these little extra pieces. Oops. My sewing direction. So again, we're just going to cut that direction. Ooh. Sorry, didn't mean to make that sound. Ooh. Okay, and then this one going this direction. And it's just cutting for the continuous line. That's all it is. It's not, you shouldn't have to be doing anything other than going straight. And following the angles that are already there. I really have to get, hey Christine! How you doing, sweetie? Okay, so now I'm gonna go to F. Okay. Okay, so now F is gonna go on this side. So right top, left bottom. F, pretty side stitching. And I'm just gonna put that one to the side because it's literally going to be the only other spot that I can go. I'm like using one hand here and one hand there. Okay. Okay, and then the last one. And then we are done for today. Because I'm going to do the quilting off camera. I guess I could do it on camera, but I don't have time for today, unfortunately. You're going to have to watch the replay. Yes. It's really fun. Really, really fun. Okay. There we go. There we go. So I'm just going to trim that off, and then this top is done. So before I cut, I want to press. You always want to cut before you press, or press before you cut. I said that backwards. Nice and crisp. If you have starch, it really helps too, especially with these thinner vintage fabrics. For sure. All right. Just like that. Just making sure this is all going straight again. The ruler does not lie. It tells you what to do. Just make sure you don't have anything else underneath. Ask me how I know. I've done that a time or two. The camera you are using on the iron is a lot clearer than the other one. Oh, that's my iPhone. And this one is like this webcam special thing. So I may have to switch it around next time and put the iPhone over here and then the camera on the other side. The web camera. Well, I guess, you know, iPhones and all. There you go, like that. There's a reason iPhones are expensive, I guess. I was telling my husband I wanted to get a new Samsung for the office phone, the one that I use for the studio. And that one has really good picture quality too. That's what he told me. Thank you for letting me know, Melissa, because I wouldn't know until I rewatch it and then I'm like, oh. But I will definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so how about this? Let's switch this over so you guys can see the overview and then see how I'm going to sandwich it. I can kind of give you guys an idea of how we're doing our sandwich. So let's see here. Okay, and then I want okay. So now I'm going to take this one and put you guys over here. Hopefully. Nope, you're still seeing it. There we go. Unplug it. So it's not going to be on too long. All right, so yeah, is that better? Hopefully. Hi, how are you guys doing? All right. I love my camera angles. I'm watching myself on camera. Is that a little bit better? Hopefully. I got a package. Delivered. It's Blues Clues, Blues Clues. Okay. So now what I would do is you need a backing. I know, because I keep pushing them. Thank you, Patty. Definitely clear. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that. All right. So I cut a piece of backing that is my mind is just like not working with me. I think it's like 20 inches, 19 to 20 inches wide by the width of the fabric, or long by the width of the fabric. And what you would normally do is you would take this piece and you would lay it down. If my cutting table was actually cleaned off, I would show you guys like main one, but I'm going to try to do this as a recording instead of a live. And that way you guys can come back to it, because then I can do it spread out. But just as a quick little information. All right. So we put down our backing. You press it, you starch it, you like make sure it's nice and crisp. Then you would put down your batting. And I don't have batting in here. You'd put your batting down and then you would put, so it's wrong side up. batting, and then this one here. Then wrong. So it's kind of like a sandwich. So pretty sides are on either side of each other. Then you would either spray baste it, or you can pin it, or you could do what I do and buy the double-sided fusible Hobbs 80-20. It's 80% cotton, 20% polyester. I love it. I highly recommend it. It's like my cheat, and I just press it on. So since every layer is already pressed, and then I iron it on, and it just fuses together. That way I don't have to worry about any fumes or trying to get outdoors to do anything. And then that's what you come, and then it just kind of keeps everything together. And then I'll either hand baste it on just to kind of keep everything down. And then quilt it. I can just literally follow along the lines or just free motion. You can do anything you want to. I'm going to do it as a video instead of a live. I'm just going to record it. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. But yeah, so that's how I do it. And I literally usually just do shadow boxing, really. Shadow boxing. All right, guys. Let me see if Luna is awake. I feel like a blast from my past. Take me back, girl. This is very vintage. This is vintage. This fabric here is vintage. So this fabric and this fabric here is vintage. Both of them were like given to me. And I'm saying they're at least 60s, if not older. Okay, so let me see if Luna is awake. Hey, baby girl. Hi. Hi, baby girl. Do you want to come say hi to everybody? You want to come say hi? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, mommy. Oh, mommy. Oh, hi. All right, guys. Let me see if I can have her say hi real fast. Oh, there's a good girl. Oh, there's a good girl. All right. You guys ready? You ready to see Miss Luna? Say hi. Luna, say hi. Oh, don't kiss me. Okay. Oh, you're camera shy? She's camera shy. This is Luna. She's 10 weeks old. She's my little baby. Say hi. How you doing? If someone here doesn't make bags, but does this, come down the rabbit hole. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. I started with garment making, and then I did quilting. I did baby quilts and things like this. T-shirt quilts, and then I started bag making. So yeah, I definitely go through a lot of different rabbit holes. And then back to garment making again, because my daughter's like, make me stuff. And so I am. Hi. Hi. What a cutie. Yes, she is a cutie. Her name is Luna. Hi, Dalva. I'm so sorry you're just getting here. Yes, this is Luna, my baby girl. Hi. Okay. Okay. Oh, she's still kind of sleepy, I guess. Hey, baby girls. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sticking in with me. Dalva, I'm so sorry. I'm getting off. I gotta take my kids home. And this one too. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. So next week we are going to be making napkins. I'm going to show you how to make napkins to match this thing. So I'm going to be making napkins from the vintage background fabric, the backing fabric. This one's going to be reversible, so you can put either side up. And it goes together very well. Okay, baby girl. Okay. Hey, baby girl. Oh, that's good. So I'll see you guys next week on the live Wednesday at 2 p.m. And I'll probably be at my mother-in-law's house, so I'll be doing it on a domestic. So that's good too, right? Yeah. I'll take my Janome with me. And yeah. Time zones. We don't change clocks. Oh, I'm sorry, Dalva. You don't change time clocks. Yeah. Are you in Puerto Rico? Hey, hey. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Okay. 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 There we go, baby girl. There we go. All right. So this is what we made today. Salva. We made this table runner. That's what we did today. Okay. Have a great week, guys. I will do a video on the quilting, the sandwiching portion and quilting it, and then showing you how to do my binding. And I'll see you guys next week for napkins, how to do fabric napkins. All right. Bye.